Hi guys, I hope you're all okay. So today I'm back with a slightly different video for this channel. I did a newborn baby hacks video which went down really well, and I had a few people saying to me, can you do like a tips video on how you manage to save to buy a house, how you save in general. I was going to do that video, but I kind of thought there's nothing really more to it than saving. So I thought I'd do a video about how I save money and how I'm just a little bit sensible with money, should I say. So I've made a list here. Of course, I'm by no means an expert when it comes to financial stuff at all. I am just a little bit money savvy, I guess. I like having money, who doesn't? So I try to keep my money mine for as long as possible. I've written down a list of stuff here, just things I do, things that I think is a good idea, just to be a little bit sensible with money. This isn't gonna save you millions. I wish I had millions, but it's just stuff to stretch the money weekly, I guess. So this is in no particular order, I have to say. It's all very here, there and everywhere, but you'll get the gist, won't you? Yeah. So the first thing I have here, which I am very bad at, this probably isn't the best one to start on, is shopping around for like your utility bills. I made the mistake this year of just letting my car insurance renew itself rather than like going online and finding the best deal. That wasn't the best thing because it cost a fortune, and then when I did look, I could have got it hundreds cheaper, literally hundreds cheaper. But of course now I'm in that contract, or I paid for it. So yeah, that's my number one tip, I think, is just to shop around where possible. Here I have written down, sell what you don't want or what you don't need. If you're a parent, selling off your kids' stuff is such a good idea. There's like Facebook groups for like parents, mum groups. There's loads of apps, stuff that you can use now. Good old eBay, maybe Gumtree. There's so many different options now. I personally sell a lot of stuff on like local mum groups. For instance, the jumperoo that I'm sat right next to now, I picked up, I think, for about £20. Pretty much never been used, and retail to retail it costs like £85. Things like that, kids stuff, you know, we go through it so quickly. They're barely used, so it's good just to rehome them and get some of your cash back from what you originally paid. I mentioned in a vlog not long ago that I am a huge couponer. I'm not talking like save 20p off of your loaf of bread or whatever, although I should probably be, but for days out and things, cereal boxes, chocolate bars, there's always like pay for an adult, get a child free, or sometimes even just free entry. I go on quite a lot of days out with Harrison to Chessington and parks and stuff. I pretty much always have like some kind of special offer or a deal or a ticket from maybe a newspaper even. So yeah, there's no shame in using coupons, especially if it's going to save you like £40. If you are on a budget, I really would recommend putting away your money, maybe into even a different bank account right at the beginning of the month. Know that that money cannot be touched, and kind of know what it's for. Then you're free to spend the rest or do whatever you need with the rest, but that money is already untouchable. I think if you leave it in your account and think, right, no, that's to pay for whatever at the end of the month, it can be quite tempting to dip in. So yeah, put your money aside at the beginning of the month. When it comes to like buying stuff for the house, like DIY stuff aside, which is a huge money saving thing, like do the jobs that you can do yourself, painting and garden stuff. Obviously let the professionals do the big stuff, because you don't want mistakes made, because that's going to cost you even more in the long run. Do jobs that you can do yourself. But when it comes to buying the stuff, the materials, always wait for like a bank holiday or a weekend at least, because bank holidays always run really good offers, because I guess they know that you're going to be doing gardening that weekend. Harrison has had a lot of birthday parties this year. He has so many more in the diary, So I've been trying to be a little bit savvy where I can with buying birthday presents. I asked on Twitter, I think like last year, what was a reasonable price to pay for a birthday present, and I think it came back at like the price that you'd pay to go for like a day out at soft play. So we figured out that it was like around the £8 to £10 mark was acceptable, which I'm happy to pay. I discovered that Argos do 2 for £15 toys, which has been amazing. So when I'm in there, I'll quite often just stock up on a couple of toys. That's 2 toys done, £15, £7.50 each, sorted. And they're really decent toys too. You'll know from my vlogs that I am a little bit of a shopaholic when it comes to like ASOS and Topshop. I buy quite a bit. Quite a lot of it goes back as well, the joys of free delivery. But never do I place an order without like a voucher code. So sites that I'll use are like Voucher Cloud. They are just sites that list all of the promotions, all of the 10% off codes, the 20% off codes. They are great. And actually, speaking of Voucher Cloud, there's an Argos page on there that lists really good deals. So I know that they have, I think, up to a third off toys running at the moment. I'm already looking for Harrison's birthday. But also on Voucher Cloud, they've got like, I think it's if you spend £50 you get £5 back, or you save £5. They're just really, really good deals, and yeah, you cannot go wrong, can you? I'm forever on that site, like ASOS discount code, Argos discount code, just everything. Even like holidays, they're really good to list like your Expedia offers, etc. I'm actually now just looking on Voucher Cloud on their Argos discount codes page. So yeah, there's a £10 voucher with orders off of over £100, a £5 voucher with orders over £50, 25% off indoor furniture. I wish that one existed when I bought the garden furniture. Yeah, there's just loads. It's really, really handy, and it's always good to save money. There's always an opportunity to save money in, I think, pretty much everything you buy now. For big purchases like sofas and computers and stuff like that, I always weigh up whether it's going to be the best option to buy it outright or look at like a finance option, because finance options can really be super duper helpful. However, I make it a rule that I will only buy something on finance if I can afford it. Like, I don't want to go down the route of getting into any kind of debt. So if I can afford to buy something, or at least put down like half the money as a deposit, then I may look at getting like a 0% interest offer, for instance, just to spread out the cost really, and just see it as more of like a payment plan rather than like a loan or anything. In terms of like saving and spending, I think I've got like 3 or 4 bank accounts. I've got one which is like what my income goes into, like from my employer. I've got a self-employed like business account. I've got a tax account, which is the account that every like sponsored job that I do, I take out my 20% or whatever and put it straight into that account, so at the end of the year I haven't got to be like, oh my god, where am I going to get this money from? That's just how I work. And then also the children have got their accounts, which birthday money, Christmas money and everything goes into. Although if they do need something that I just think, you know what, grandma or nanny would want them to have this with that money, then I will dip into it. It's there for a reason. I'm sure that when they're 18 they won't mind that mummy used £20 to buy the jumperoo or £30 to buy the trainers that I was gonna grow out of in a minute. Going back to the discount codes and stuff, when I mentioned like Voucher Cloud, I am definitely one for signing up to mailing lists. Like, you know, when you go on the site and the pop-up comes up like, put your email in and save 15% on your first order. I'm all for that. Most likely will unsubscribe to the email afterwards. But yeah, again, saving money where you can is important. I am a huge bulk buyer. I'm not talking about like multi-buy tins of beans. I don't have hundreds of those, but when it comes to nappies and baby wipes and stuff, I am a bulk buyer. Whenever I see them on offer or on like baby events or whatever in the supermarket, I buy a lot of them. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever not had a supply of nappies. I've never thought, I mean, it is the formula, but I've never ever been like, oh, I've run out of nappies, I've got to run to the shop, because I've always got tons. Even before the babies were born, so before Harrison was born and before Emily was born, throughout my entire pregnancy I was buying nappies from everywhere. I love all different brands of nappies. I'm more than happy to buy my like £2 ones from Aldi, but if Pampers are on offer for like £4, I'll just buy them, so long as I'm not paying more than my kind of average per nappy price, then I'm good. But it just keeps the cost down, and it just makes having a baby a little less inexpensive. So if you've got a little bit of cash at the end of the month and you think, you know what, maybe I'm going to struggle next month, maybe next month's going to be a tight month, buy the nappies now. I try not to use cash. One of my big money saving hacks before was to take cash to the supermarket, which would quite often work because you don't overspend. But now, if I did that and then I did overspend, I would just use like my Apple Pay or something on my phone. So that doesn't really work as much now. Maybe if you don't have like Apple Pay, then that's a really good tip. Just take cash to the supermarket, set a budget. You'll be so scared of getting to the till and not having enough money that you'll probably reel in buying everything that's on special offer. Try to not let myself go without, but if it's not a sensible purchase and I have to question whether, like, do I need it, I probably don't need it. I'm very, very indecisive, and I'm forever being like, should I get this one or this one, or should I get that or that? And I remember saying to my mum when I was a little bit younger, Mum, should I get this dress or this dress? Is this one better? And she'd be like, look, if you're in doubt, don't buy it at all, because you're only going to take it back. If you really want it, get it. If you don't really want it, don't get it. But if you're in doubt, go without. If you're in doubt, go without. Remember that one, guys. I got suckered in to the world of, like, I don't even know what you would call it, like some kind of banking app thing on my phone. So I have got Clio, which basically feeds itself into the information in your bank account. They can't take money out or anything, but they can see the information, the figures, where you're spending your money, and then you can ask questions like on Messenger, I think, or in your text, and say like, how much have I spent in the supermarkets this month? What did I spend last year? What do I spend the most amount of money on? And it just comes back to you with that information. Really helpful sometimes, really scary sometimes, but definitely a sensible thing to have. Also, Channel Mum on their site have like a thing that you can put in. I remember I put in how much I was spending on one coffee and how often, and it told me that I was spending something like £300 and odd per year on just my preschool run coffee. So I've stopped that now. Yeah, just do I need to spend £300 on coffee when I've got a kettle at home? Remind me that next time I've got a coffee in the vlogs, guys. My final one here, which although I don't really use cash, is I try not to ever break a note, because if I break that note, then that cash, like the change, it just goes in like £1 toy machines or on a Kinder Egg. It just goes to waste, and I'll never ever see that £20 note again, because it's just disappeared into thin air buying penny sweets and bouncy balls probably. So yeah, those are just the little tips and the things that I do that were some, like, in my mind. I've not really sat down and thought this through completely. So there's probably so many more, like sensible, like really grown-up ones, like getting good like bank accounts and getting good ISAs and all of that grown-up stuff. But I'm more of like a Vouch, Cloud and Argos kind of girl. So yeah, I will link everything that I kind of mentioned in this video below. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'd love it if you'd leave in the comments your money saving hacks, your tips, little things that you do just to save money, to keep your money stretching that little bit further every month. And yeah, let's chat about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go and see if Everly is stirring at all, because I have a feeling that she is. So thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, share it to those people that you think may enjoy it. Have they just bought a house? Have they got kids? I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.